Hi, welcome to today's video. My name is Paul. So this week you're going to see me doing a bit of charcoal landscape drawing, and I'm going to use two different types of paper. You can see these on the screen. They're both by the same company, both by this Daler-Rowney. They're both drawing papers. They're quite, good quality drawing papers, quite heavyweight paper. But the one on the left has a fine grain, so it has a bit of a surface texture, and the one on the right is a smooth paper. And you can feel this if you were to, run your fingers over the surface of the two bits of paper. The one on the left it feels a little bit rougher. There's a bit of surface texture. So I will do two drawings, very similar drawings, one on each type of paper, and I'll compare them at the end. Now this is not really a comparison video, what's the difference in the two bits of paper, because kind of spoiler alert, there's not a huge difference between the papers. And the point of this video then is really for people who are new to using charcoal, or maybe new to doing art. There's this danger that we can sort of fall into this, what they call analysis paralysis, where you start to think, should I use this paper, that paper? What about, some people have told me that, vine charcoal is different from willow charcoal. And what about compressed charcoal, or charcoal pencils, or powdered charcoal, or water-soluble charcoal, or there's so many options and choices out there. You can spend so much time thinking, should I use this one or that one, and this paper or that paper? The point I'm trying to make in this video is very often, not always, but very often, the differences are quite subtle. So at the beginning, I wouldn't worry too much about them. Vine charcoal or willow charcoal, whichever. To be honest, the difference is small for most people, especially when you're getting started. And it's the same, and you'll see, I'll compare the two drawings at the end of this video. The smooth paper and the slightly textured paper, there is a difference, but it's marginal. It's not a huge difference. Personally, I prefer using the paper that has a bit of surface texture. I'm not as much of a fan of the smooth paper, and that's partly because of the way that I use the charcoal. And that's the other point I wanted to make. Don't take my advice, don't take anybody's advice. Find these things out for yourself. Experiment, try different things. Don't just, listen to some stranger on the internet. Part of being an artist, and part of the artistic process, is finding your own style, and that means experimenting and trying different media and trying different combinations of charcoal and paper or watercolor and this and that. Find the things that work for you. That's basically the message of this video. In other words, there isn't a perfect combination of paper and charcoal, or oil paint and canvas or whatever. You just got to try a few different things and see what works for you. So these are the two finished drawings. The one on the left is using the textured paper, and the one on the right is the smooth paper. And as you can see, there's not a huge difference. There is small difference that I'm aware of. There are small differences. And I say I do prefer the slightly textured paper just because of the way that I use the charcoal. It works better for me on that slightly textured paper. Anyway, just have fun, enjoy it, experiment, and keep this idea that it is a big experiment. That's what art is. It's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. We all have different preferences, and some things work better for a certain person or don't work so well for another person. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, listening, and hopefully see you again in next week's video.